My family and I immigrated to the United States when I was 12. We came from Russia, a communist setup where to become an attorney, you had to be of certain class. Going to law school based on where I come from is truly the impossible. It became possible for me when my husband sat me down one night and said, if you want to go to law school, I will support you. Because now you're going to embark on a challenge that you never really thought you were going to embark on. With enough encouragement from him, my parents, my entire family, I took on the challenge. I went to law school, took the bar, and started practicing law. It's always easier to take on a challenge where you've had an example. Becoming an attorney, being a great mom, being a great wife was never presented to me in a form of an example. So when I took on that challenge, a little bit of that was done in the dark. And I always had fears of, can I be a great mom? Can I be a great attorney? Can I also be a great wife? And have them all happen simultaneously. Being a mother definitely helps you be a better attorney, because at any given point, you have to be able to stop the world for a minute and hear what just happened so that you're able to preserve the evidence and document the injury, but more importantly, carry your client through this trauma.
For years, Davana Law Firm has successfully created a connection with clients. Attorney Miriam Kuregian has stayed true to core values while building a solid foundation. Today, as a growing company, Davana Law Firm continues looking toward the future.
Congrats on the expansion and reaching into new markets. You are a true leader. Can you please elaborate?
Thank you so much for being here and sharing this momentous occasion with us. I'm extremely happy for the expansion, and I'm extremely happy to share it with you, your viewers, and of course, everybody out there that listens to our program.
It's always a pleasure to drop by.
It's difficult to encompass change, especially what we lived through during the COVID pandemic. And I think a true leader really looks forward and does not let the fears of the world kind of pull them back. So I think to have successfully managed an expansion during a global pandemic speaks truly to the nature of our team and how committed we are to our community and to our practice and to the well-being of our clients. So I look at this expansion as very harmonic in delivering the kind of help that we want to deliver to our clients. Our entire goal is to be set up properly, to be able to anticipate what's to come and to be able to anticipate and deliver the kind of settlements that our clients deserve.
Miriam, I think Davana Law Firm has grown in recent years. Do you think that your employees are part of that growth?
Arshalus, absolutely. I think to be successful in any realm, in any industry, you need a strong team. And 100% of my success is attributed to my teammates who have become an intricate part of Davana. And I don't think any of the expansion would have been possible without my team's unwavering commitment. They were here throughout the entire construction phase. We were measuring rooms, deciding on functionality, and we came together and measured it all to the purpose of functionality so that our workflow becomes more efficient. And for that, I needed my team to be on board. I needed the support of my team, especially when we all were struggling with the pandemic. And I think the fact that they rise to that challenge, the fact that they were committed as much as I'm committed, shows me that I have the strongest teammates possible. My team has expanded to now, we're a team of 10 people, of which 2 are strictly managing the litigation team, and I know that because of COVID, a lot of cases were at a standstill because courts being closed and insurance carriers being backed up. But I think having a litigation team allows us to push harder than anybody else because we don't outsource that, we keep it in-house, and this expansion allows us to be functional. We also increased our pre-lit team, which allows us to do things faster. And I think going back to the pandemic and understanding what is important and what isn't, I think we all can now agree that time is of the essence. Time is one thing we don't have too much of. And combine that with health, which most of my clients come to me because they've suffered, they're injured, therefore we have to deliver some sort of resolution. Time is everything. So my goal with this expansion was to really set up a firm that's equipped to truly deliver what is being promised. Unlike other firms or unlike any other profession, I always think of my clients and what's in their best interest. And I think because of that, we were able to make this scary move into now a reality, because expanding was a tremendous undertaking, but at the same time, a necessary undertaking.
What I admire in you as a true leader, you have the ability of bringing talent together.
I think we all found each other with the specific purpose of doing good, doing the type of good that we are passionate about. And I don't want to neglect the fact that last year, not only did we have to deal with the pandemic, not only did we have to carry over 1,000 files of injured clients, we also as a team had to carry the fact that our country was at war and we as the people were truly suffering. And that takes such a big emotional toll that we would come to work and lift each other up and support each other for the sole purpose of getting to the next day. And as we get to the next day, as we deliver the good, we in turn grow and we in turn prosper. And I think our clients feel that, our clients hear that, and therefore they are committed to the work that we do.
I believe it takes a village.
I thank you, Ashalus, for coming here and giving me the forum. What I want to add to you and to the audience and to everyone that's out there finding themselves in despair or losing hope or thinking this is too much hardship, I want to be the beacon of those who need help. If there's an issue within them that relates to what we do within the legal world, I want them to feel that they can pick up the phone, they can call us. We are staffed properly to answer questions. They might not be specifically to injury, they might be family law, immigration law, anything else, a criminal issue that might be. We are teamed up currently with a staff that can allocate you to the right specialists who are vetted by us so that we're able to put you in touch with the professional that can render you help. And I think the time of, getting lost in translation or not feeling important or not feeling your case is significant enough is over. We are here to take the smallest case, the biggest case, the most urgent case. And that's why the expansion was so necessary. I want our people, I want our viewers, I want my clients to feel empowered through our knowledge, through our expertise, and through our want to help each other. Because if last year taught us anything, we're not going to go far if we don't support each other and if we don't take care of each other.
Hi everyone, my name is Anya Artemian and I started at Davana Law Firm about day 3 when Miriam launched it. A mutual friend introduced us and right off the bat we just hit off everything. We connected. I loved watching Miriam work. She loved watching me work, I suppose. Every time I would listen to her speak or do what she's doing best, I already had a vision for us. We were going to go to trial. I knew we were going to grow, but I didn't realize we were going to grow so fast. So that being said, we decided to expand during a global pandemic. We endured war, we endured a pandemic, unprecedented times. We didn't know what was going to happen. Were we scared? Absolutely not. Were we excited? Extremely excited. things happened. There's so many of us now. Sometimes I lose track of how many employees we have. It's not too many, but I'm so used to working in a boutique firm that for me this is huge. But I think we're doing a great job, and we have such a big commitment to our clients that even though the war really paralyzed each and every single one of us, it hit us really hard. We have such a big commitment to each one of our clients. We couldn't let it break us. So we made ourselves stronger, we picked ourselves up, and we moved forward. And now we're working in this beautiful expanded office, and I couldn't be even more excited. Miriam, she's, what's the word? Courageous, extraordinary, amazing. She's the person to look up to, and she runs this show like there's no tomorrow. We look up to her every single day. She walks into this office, and there's this light that walks in with her. She gives all of us a lot of the strength that we need to do what we do the best. So.
Davana իրավաբանական փորձառու գրասենյակ, ընկերությունը, որը ունի հմուտ եւ պրոֆեսիոնալ փաստաբաններ, գլխավորությամբ Մարիամ Քյուրեղյանի, պատրաստ են ձեզ ծառայել մի շարք ոլորտներում՝ ճանապարհատրանսպորտային վթարներ, Uber-ի եւ Lyft-ի հետ կապված պատահարներ, ապահովելով բարձր որակ եւ վստահություն, մենք առաջարկում ենք մեր օգնությունը։ Գործունեության 13 տարիների ընթացքում ստացվել են միլիոնավոր դոլարների փոխհատուցում իր շահ հաճախորդների։ Վստահեք մեզ, Davana Law Firm, ձեր հուսալի գործընկերը։
The pandemic is coming to an end. What is the landscape in the legal field?
Well, hopefully it's coming to an end. We're very excited. But I think the pandemic taught us a lot of lessons, which we are now able to take and implement into the future. I know that in the legal world, a lot has changed. I mean, I haven't had a deposition in person for over a year and a half, and I have future depositions set up all the way through September that are still requiring a virtual appearance. So I think some of the good changes are here to stay because some of the things we incorporated during the pandemic are actually very efficient. And that efficiency is now coming into the legal world and is staying. I like that. We welcome that. I had a hearing recently with civil court, and the judge was appearing via virtual appearance, and so were we. And I think it was very efficient versus the days where you have to drive to downtown for 2 hours, being stuck in traffic, and then sitting in court and waiting for your turn. So there's a lot of efficiencies, and we're thankful for that, and we're grateful for that. With that said, there's also a lot of inefficiencies because the fact that the courts were closed created a huge backlog, and that frustrates a lot of our clients asking, why is it taking so long? It's because the court system is closed, and therefore we're unable to attend to those needs as fast as possible. So I think that the pandemic gave us tools, which are here to stay, and a lot of things that before the pandemic, the court system was saying no to. Now they've embraced it, and now they've accepted it. And I think that's a good thing to watch.
And have these new tools been incorporated in your firm?
Absolutely. We do all of our signups virtually to the extent that the client picks that option. There's digital signatures, DocuSign. We absolutely, if clients are afraid of going for specific in-person treatments, there's telemed. There's opportunities that we never had before, and that now makes the world smaller. If before we couldn't necessarily physically sign up a client in San Francisco, now we might as well be in Encino and Sherman Oaks. It's the same distance because we're able to connect via Zoom and meet each other, see each other, ask the questions, sign them up, and be able to render help. So it's made the world smaller because now our reach is greater.
And what recommendations do you have for our viewers?
My recommendations are endless, but I think if I were to limit to just few key things, very, very important. You have to seek consultation when it comes to legal matters. I know within our community, everybody knows everything about everything, but I think if you trust the process, it's extremely important to go to the expert. Allow them to hear you out. Allow them to give you your options. Be mindful that these people are trained within the specific field, and that is their job. And I think just like, when you go to a doctor and if you have a heart issue, you're not going to go to an orthopedic doctor, you're going to go to a heart specialist. Same with legal. If you have a personal injury claim, you're not going to go to a criminal attorney, and vice versa. It's important to ask questions, to know about the process. All consultations within the PI world are free, and yet I see over and over cases coming to our firm later in their process where the damage is already done. It was a simple phone call, a call that could have avoided a lot of hurdles. And I think we have to be mindful, not only do we go through the pandemic, the war in Armenia, but we also went through the big movement of being stereotyped. And we understand what that means to be stereotyped based on your gender, based on the color of your skin, based on your sexual orientation. And I think we get stereotyped as a culture significantly, and I see that every day within my files. So we as a community have to be conscientious about that, we have to be aware of that, and we have to have the experts help us with that, because you're going to make mistakes and you're going to fall into those pitfalls, which then are very difficult to come out of. So my recommendation to anyone that's injured during their personal time is, number one thing, you have to consult an attorney. It does not have to be my firm, but please consult an attorney. Number two, you have to be diligent about preserving evidence. The biggest issue that we have is when a client comes to us late during the process, we no longer have the evidence. So how are we going to prove your case? How are we going to secure the evidence is what really makes or breaks the case. So number one, consult an attorney. Number two, preserve the evidence. Number three, the most common mistake is if you're making an injury claim, you have to be able to document your injury. If you have not documented the injury properly, most likely you will not be able to assert a claim. And that's where the expertise comes in. You can't just really tell the story. You have to be able to document the story. The only way you can document the story as to your injury is you have to have the right experts involved. And without that, you're never going to be able to present a strong case. And that's what we really do. That's our job. Our job is to take that burden away from you, be able to tell you your options, be able to preserve your evidence, be able to document your injury, and when the time is right, when the case is mature, we're able to present a demand and then finally argue on your behalf, negotiate, because we know that the carrier is never going to come to you with the best possible offer initially. And we already are trained to do that. But I think a lay person or a person that's been injured, that's going through the traumatic emotion of pain, suffering, and grief is not equipped to do those things. And I think that within our community, I want to reinstill the understanding that we're here to help you. That's our sole purpose. We're not here to lie. We're not here to cheat. We're not here to take shortcuts. Our profession is truly enabling us to put the best case forward. And I think a lot of the damage has been done within our community as it relates to our profession, unfortunately, where a lot of people have chosen to take the shortcuts. But I think if we take the right direction, we can yield results beyond what we've seen thus far. And why wouldn't we take this path? Why would we look for shortcuts if the true path is so much easier, so much more transparent? And I tell every single client that walks into my office that my office is the most transparent office. You can call, you could text, you can email, you can walk in, ask any question, and we will either seek the answer for you or find the answer for you, but ultimately you will have some sort of closure.
So consult with a professional, do your homework, and do not procrastinate.
Those are my tips.
Hi, my name is Ali Gekmekcan. I'm the new litigation attorney here at Davana Law Firm. I'm very excited to have joined this group of talented individuals. I am the first male attorney here at Davana Law Firm. It prides me to be a part of an all-female team because all of these individuals bring so much to the table, and Mariam has truly created a group of strong individuals that bring a lot to this table. That being said, I joined this team at the midst of the corona pandemic that had a lot of changes in the legal field. With the expansion of Davana Law Firm, our goal is to cater to our clients' needs. Our goal is to present outstanding legal representation to our clients and make our injured clients whole.
My family and I immigrated to the United States when I was 12. We came from Russia, a communist setup where to become an attorney, you had to be of certain class. Going to law school based on where I come from is truly the impossible. It became possible for me when my husband sat me down one night and said, if you want to go to law school, I will support you. Because now you're going to embark on a challenge that you never really thought you were going to embark on. With enough encouragement from him, my parents, my entire family, I took on the challenge. I went to law school, took the bar, and started practicing law. It's always easier to take on a challenge where you've had an example. Becoming an attorney, being a great mom, being a great wife was never presented to me in a form of an example. So when I took on that challenge, a little bit of that was done in the dark. And I always had fears of, can I be a great mom? Can I be a great attorney? Can I also be a great wife? And have them all happen simultaneously. Being a mother definitely helps you be a better attorney because at any given point, you have to be able to stop the world for a minute and hear what just happened so that you're able to preserve the evidence and document the injury, but more importantly, carry your client through this trauma.
For advertising on Insight TV, please call 818-653-0199.